Yo, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to the episode of GainXGrow Podcast. This is where we talk about fitness, talk about mindset, and building the strongest version of you, both inside and out. And before we get into all the tips about workouts, nutrition, and hacks that will change your game, I got to share a little bit about who I am, why I started this journey, and how I got here. Because let's be real, I wasn't always that guy. The guy coaching, training, helping others level up. No, not at all. I had my own battles. And if you're struggling right now, and if you feel stuck, I need you to know you're not alone. I've been there, and we've all been there. Now, I'm going to give you a little bit about my story and the struggles before I had the strength. Now, I grew up in a very small little community outside of the city of Toronto, a little suburb called Pickering. And basically, fitness was something that wasn't into my early life. Quite simply, I just played sports at school. I thought running around playing tag, basketball, those kind of things were kind of like things you just played fit and made me feel good. And then from there, going into high school, started playing a little bit more competitive with basketball, American football and whatnot. And I didn't really know much about what I should be eating because let's be honest, at that time, we're just all trying to get by. My parents both were working. They just give me, frozen dinners, craft dinner, all that kind of stuff that I thought, okay, well, I'm eating good food. It tastes good. So must be healthy. And so I just wasn't somebody that could see myself, eating a bunch of veggies and, eating certain types of protein. I was just like, whatever parents made, I would eat. I wasn't picky, but I did have something called asthma. And it was kind of like a breathing disease that many people may suffer from, especially with their lungs. And I had 2 close near-death experiences with asthma attacks. And I know on the second time, I was like, this is not going to be me anymore. I want to be healthier. And from playing sports, I got that competitive edge where whoever the best player was on the field or on the court, I was trying to be just like them or even better. So I had that mentality of I got to win and I wasn't going to give up. And basically just going through that part of fitness, I was always not a part of my life, but if you connect sports with fitness, it was something that I was not new to, which gave me that upper edge to when I did get more into the fitness industry and focus, I knew what it took to kind of get to those points. So for a long time, I didn't have direction. I was moving through life, sometimes without a purpose. You're just kind of going through the motions. You go to university, you get your degrees, and hopefully, you start into the working force of what you want to do. But I didn't have that fire. And man, I remember looking in the mirror one day and not recognizing myself. I was like, I was out of shape. I was tired all the time, not confident in who I was, even though externally I felt like I had good social connections. I had lots of friends. Don't get me wrong. I wasn't isolated, but I just didn't feel like I was the best version of myself. And basically, it just wasn't the physical. It was the mindset was off. I had my doubts. I questioned for example, why am I letting myself slide or what should I do? I kind of go back and forth in that internal kind of discussion. And the worst part, I felt like I was letting myself down because I knew I was capable of more. And because I wasn't doing anything about it, it made me feel even worse. So have you ever felt that way? Like you're meant for something more, but something's holding you back? If you're nodding your head yes right now, I feel you. And I promise you, there's a way out of this. Basically, the turning point that you need to look at is, for myself, one day I made a decision. I said, no more excuses, no more waiting around for the right time, or no more letting myself just happen. I was like, okay, I'm going to control myself and make sure what I do is what I want to do. And I started training, not just to look good, but to feel strong, to build discipline, to prove to myself that I could commit to something and see it through. And for me, what I did, I hired a coach at the time, which, I was able to follow plans online. I used to go on bodybuilding.com and, download some of these workouts and they would work for me, but I just didn't have the nutrition side of things. I didn't know what I should be eating. So sometimes I look up certain plans for cutting, for example, and the person was eating egg whites and celery sticks and I had to only eat this. And I was literally just starving myself, but working out just as hard. And that wasn't sustainable. So for maybe 3-4 months, I got really lean, really cut. But then I didn't feel great. I felt, broken down. I was tired. And that's what led to me bouncing back after I got out of that routine and I started putting on weight again. So after hiring a coach, going through, some of these mental, arguments that I have in my head or basically these disagreements that I have with myself, whether it's through breakups, whether it's through, things not going your way financially or, maybe you didn't get the position you wanted or whatever it is. You go through these little kind of setbacks, but it's something that really helps is when you have accountability and when you don't blame others and you blame yourself. And I find that once you start focusing on what you can control, that's when the game changes just for you, because you're actually controlling what you can do, and what you choose bothers you, and what things you really want to strive at and continue to pursue. And you become so much more successful in those things. You become so much more disciplined in these things, and you just have more accountability, which you can never ever end up, blaming somebody else or blaming something for happening. You just got to say, okay, what's next? What do I do? And basically, I started training, had a coach, had the accountability, started to just become a madman and just impressed and just, passionate about it. And within 5 months, I went from being 240 pounds all the way down to about 186 pounds. And I was lean and mean. And I will share some of those photos with you guys later on socials or whatnot, or you can just comment, and I will share some of those with you. But I say that to say this. I didn't just start training just to look good, but to feel strong. The gym was my therapy, whether it was a gym in a little 2x2 trailer that I used to work out in that, back up north, or it was, the regular commercial gyms like Good Life's or, the gymnations. That was my therapy time. The early mornings, the sweat, the pain, it was all become a symbol of something bigger. And it wasn't just lifting the weights. I want you to listen to this very important comment that I had. It was like I was lifting myself out of the person that I used to be. So it wasn't just about lifting weights. I was lifting myself out of the person that I used to be. And that's where things started to shift. My confidence grew. My mindset toughened. My energy was different. And suddenly people around started asking me, yo, Ro, what are you doing? How do I start? And that's when I knew I had to create something really special. And that right there was the start of GainXGrow. And because I realized something, it's not just about fitness. It's about the transformation. It's all about taking control of your life. That's what transformation is. Taking control of your life. Whatever your transformation is, your focus, your goals, whatever that goal is, and you transform yourself to become that person or what you want to be, it's so powerful. And so many people are stuck in the cycles of doubt, bad habits, inconsistency. And I knew if I could turn my life around, I could help others do the same. I wanted to create a community where people can show up, push each other, and grow together. And now that's exactly what we're doing here. Through training, through mindset shifts, through real accountability. And listen, if you're hearing this right now and thinking, damn, I need this in my life, guess what? You're in the right place. So let me leave this with you. If you're feeling stuck, if you're feeling like you're telling yourself, I'll start next week for the past 6 months and you still haven't started, if you're in a deep down, and if you know deep down that you're capable of more, don't know where to start, just start here. Start now. Why not? Join the GainXGrow community. Surround yourself with people who will push you, challenge you, and hold you accountable. So I'm going to give you 3 steps to do. First thing, just follow me on Instagram at GainXGrow for daily motivation and tips. DM me the word grow, and if you're ready to start your transformation. And third one, just pull up to the next Sunday run. If you're in Dubai, pull up, come to Kite Beach, 8 a.m. every Sunday. We are going to be doing our run club. It's a special edition, free of charge. You don't have to worry about it. And we're going to have fun. You get to meet, network with people who are part of the community already, or even join and bring in the people that want to kind of have that discipline, that accountability, and that community. And I will catch you in the next episode. And don't forget, it is your time. Don't wait. Let's grow. And next time we're going to be breaking down the biggest fitness myths and why that's holding you back. I want you to stay locked in and stay true. Get it.